Hi guys, welcome to another video on Inside Spurs. On the day of us signing, potentially our fifth signing, Clement Longley, he's already finished his medical. Okay, so that's why I say it. So I would assume today that gets announced with him holding up the shirt or doing some promo video on Instagram. So that's number five. It's done. Okay, that's why I'm going to jump the gun a little bit before Fabrizio fully says it. That will be done. So yeah, number five done, which is amazing. This video is more about who do I think we might sign next, because Conte always said he wanted anywhere between 6 to 8. We're on 5. There's obviously more to come. So where do I think we go next? Or maybe not a player as such, but what position we go next. So a little while ago, we talked about positions that we still wanted to improve upon. This is before Richarlison. So it was a right wing back, 2 centre halves, an attacking midfielder, a striker and a winger, if not one combined into 2. Richarlison may combine 1 into 2, but with Steven Bergwijn going, I think we still were in the market, but we're not going to be pulling the trigger on anything on that front just yet. Centre back, we've got one of the two. I believe that's still one more to go. And I'll talk about a couple of players I've talked about before and where they are from the position standpoint, if we're going to go for them or not. Right wing back, we know the main option is. And centre mids, there isn't really anything that's come through about the attacking midfielder. So where I think we go next, I do really think it'll be Jed Spence. I believe that's the right wing back position. I think that's where we go next. It seems the most progressed deal. You know, it is something that probably we're only a couple million off, but I do think that's the next deal. And to be honest, when he signs, I probably won't even have that excitement anymore, because it's one of those that have just rumbled on for so long with no real progression. It's one that I'll be glad when it's done, is all I'm going to say. So yeah, that is probably where I would go. I think it's a position that we need a lot of work on. I think, that comes with the departure of Emerson. Obviously, you're still looking at left wing back position. I still think Reguilon will probably go. Centre back area, we still need that work, but I think right wing back is the next one we'll go for, in my personal opinion. Okay. The attacking option in the midfield hasn't really sort of pulled any names out yet, so I'm not really sure where we're going there. But I think if I had to put money on it, I'd probably go the right wing back. Now, just a couple of bits of news. It came out last night. Gleison Bremer, I've talked about him so many times, the Torino centre half, who we're linked with, and I said, he'd be a great player to get. I can't see him being too much money that we'd bulk at. It does look like he's going to be going to Inter, okay? Which does make me think we're not going to wind up Inter this summer. I don't think we're going to do any deals with them this summer, because I think Bastoni is a next summer deal that we complete, okay? I think we don't want to annoy them and have a bad sort of relationship with them, but I think that's where we go next year. And I think it coincides with Longley potentially not having a an obligation to buy or an option to buy at the end of his year-long deal, because Bastoni will have only 1 year left on his contract next summer. So when we're talking about, it might be 75 million for Bastoni this summer, you probably find it's about 45 to 50 next summer, and it's a big saving. And that's why I think maybe some of this money that we're going to potentially spend this summer may be held off to next year to have another big summer where we buy maybe 3 players consisting of 150 million, because we probably aren't going to need as many players next summer. This summer is going to be the one that we have so much change. Paratici and Daniel Levy and Greta Steinson are going to have a massive summer of work, because they have to get players in and out, Deadwood out, quality in to fill out the squad that we don't have any quality in terms of squad depth. And I think that in that regard, that means this summer is always going to be a mental summer of 15 to 20 players in and out the door sort of thing. But also next summer it may not be as many, maybe only 6 in and out of the door, in terms of maybe 3 in, 3 out, So, yeah, I think Spence is probably where I would go. Centre half position, like I said, Bremer doesn't look like that's going to be a go ahead, but I still think we sign one more. Now, is it a case that we hold off and just say, let's see what anything pops up in the market? But Pau Torres is still sitting there for me, and I really rate Pau Torres. But does that stop us getting Bastoni next summer? Is Bastoni that much better than Pau Torres? I don't know. I might do a video on that, just show you a comparison between the two, so you have a bit of an idea of who they are as players. And I'll probably put that out this weekend, actually, so you have a really good idea. But I really rate Pau Torres, and I don't see where the other centre half option is. I know we linked with a few through the summer, but they weren't quality options that you'd say they could go into that team and make us absolutely better. Pau Torres is one, Gavardio was one, Bastoni was one, and Bremer might have been one, to be fair. Yeah, Longley I'd say is one as well, to a degree, just because of the position that he would play as the left centre back. But yeah, there we are on that front. Yeah, the centre attacking mid option. Yeah, we thought it might be Ericsson. I still really want Maddison. That would be where I'm going with that. And the winger we might still go for. I don't know. I really don't know. Does Lucas Moura stay? There was links with Juventus, so he might not still be here. But just a couple of bits on some players leaving. Jack Clark, winger that we bought a few years ago now, had a good season at Sunderland last season, and I talked about a couple of videos ago that he was still wanted by Sunderland and Sheffield United. Football Insider reported that Sunderland have agreed a deal with Spurs to sign him on a permanent basis. He's due to undergo a medical, so probably the next few days that will be completed. And you know what? I see a lot of comments saying, what a waste of money. We're still going to get a few million back at least. So, yeah, we might take a couple of million hit, but you know what? It's more money to add to the coffers for either this summer or January, So, he was never going to, set the world alight at Spurs when you think about him now. So why don't we just cash in on him because his value is probably as high as it's ever been for a while because he had a good season at Sunderland. They really like him and really want him. Cash in, get it gone, So that's one out the door. I talked about Tanganga last video, about AC Milan interest. Bournemouth are also now in talks with Spurs for Tanganga. A loan and permanent transfer have been discussed by the two Premier League clubs. And yes, there's still interest from AC Milan and Napoli. Okay, that came from The Athletic, so a really, really credible source. I personally wouldn't want to see the permanent transfer out. I don't think we need to sell him. I don't think we need the money in. So I personally like that loan deal. Bournemouth play the right kind of football that, he's going to improve with the attacking play. And all I want from Tanganga is to be better on the ball. Defensively, I think he's quite sound. I just want him to be better on the ball. And I think in a club like that, he would be better on the ball. He will learn quickly. Scott Parker is obviously, he knows how he likes his teams to play. Anyone that, doesn't really rate watching Bournemouth, you probably haven't watched Bournemouth play. They do play some nice football, and I think he would learn how to be better with the ball. He might play right wing back or right back. He might play centre half. I don't know, but I think it's a good move for him as well. And it's good to see him in the Premier League. We can watch him a lot and really sort of see how he progresses. Same with how we feel about Joe Rodon. That if he was going on loan in the Premier League club, we get to see him a lot more in the league that we're in and see how he does. So there is that on Tanganga. Like I said, Longley completed his medical today. So the next few hours, hopefully, it should be announced. But there was reports from Dan Kilpatrick, again in Standard Sport, that he may not receive his visa in time to come to Korea, which is a bit of a shame, really, because we really need that time with him. And I think Barcelona, just to be frank, are absolutely pathetic when it comes to their chance of dealings. We all know as a club they're failing, but they take so long to do things that are clearly going to happen. Why did Longley take, we're talking about maybe a couple of weeks to get sorted? It was a loan deal. It should have been easy. That should have taken days, but instead they've wasted a couple of weeks. And actually, we're probably going to pay the price for it because maybe we haven't pushed him hard enough to get the deal done. He may not get the visa in time, which is a bit annoying if I'm honest. Could have really wanted him to get out there and really come and play and understand how the Conte system works because. If that's the case, he's not going to get time to learn the Conte system. You'll expect Ben Davies to start game one against Southampton. And we're already going to miss out on Richarlison because he's got that ban because of the flare, that iconic photo, may I add. So it'd be another one that we're not going to have out there. So, yeah, a bit of a shame on that. Tanguy and Ndombele. So PSG is still monitoring him quite a bit. It all hinges on if they can get Renato Sanchez from Lille or not. If they can't get Renato Sanchez, they're going for Ndombele, which... Hey, fingers crossed they don't get Renato Sanchez. That could be the ideal move for Ndombele. Goes back to France. Goes to the best club in France. So he's going to get his market value up because he's probably going to play and win some trophies. PSG could probably afford all his wages and give us a decent enough loan offer. So fingers crossed Renato Sanchez doesn't go. And that came from Mediafoot. Again, we'll have to wait and see on that front. And yeah, just lastly on the Spence thing, as I talked about, that that's the guy I think we're going to sign first. Michael Bridge on Sky Sports. Now, fair play, Michael Bridge. I don't really rate Sky Sports as a good enough source, but Michael Bridge has been on it. Okay, fair enough. All credit where credit's due. And he said, we're still in talks, but the move is not close. And that doesn't surprise me. When you look at The Guardian that were telling us, deal done, yeah, offer, all that stuff. Don't ever listen to The Guardian, they've got a Scooby. Michael Bridge said, the move's not close. Alistair Gold said the move's not close. Even Fabrizio Romano said the move's not close. The move is not close. And I think it's Borough's and not our end. I think they're probably going to want 20 million up front and 5 million add-ons. Well, your own manager sort of sabotaged that own deal by saying he's not spending 25 million on a striker in the Championship, let alone a right wing back. So it's a shame that it's not going to get done before we go out to Korea, if I'm honest. That was one that I really hoped would get done. Let's say if we still get that done, I can't see him starting game one of the season. It'll probably be Matt Doherty because, he's not had time with Conte. His fitness is probably not as good as what the other players are as well. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But that's sort of the news that I had for today. Let me know who you think in the comment section that we sign next. Let me know in what position maybe if we sign next. But yeah, guys, drop us a like, drop us a comment, drop us a subscribe, hit the bell notification. We're getting videos out every day from now on, okay? And yeah, look forward to speaking to you all soon. Take care.